We currently have two main ways to process our emotions. We can retreat into the total but often expensive privacy of therapy, or we can step onto the brightly lit stage of social media and broadcast our feelings to a faceless crowd. What we lack is a middle ground. We don't have a secure, low-stakes environment where we can practice emotional vulnerability, involving the actual people in our lives before real-world friction happens. For decades, psychologist Dr. James Pennebaker has studied a practice called expressive writing. His research shows that the simple act of translating emotional turbulence into written language reliably improves our physical and psychological health. But there is a catch. Writing into a void doesn't work for everyone. If you aren't naturally expressive, pouring your thoughts into an empty diary can actually make you feel worse. You need scaffolding, something interactive to receive what you're saying. To safely process how we feel about our relationships, a blank page isn't enough. We need a structured container that makes the act of expression feel safe. This interface is DunbarrioSolo. It's an encrypted, private social journal powered by computational linguistics, designed to act as an emotional gym. As we can see in this model, the app organizes your contacts into successive rings based on Robin Dunbar's sociological research. His work demonstrated that human relational energy naturally thins out across specific layers, from a core few up to a strict cognitive limit of about 150 people. Instead of writing general diary entries, you write short, private messages called embraces, and you address them directly to specific, named people within these layers. By mapping your exact social network, the system ensures your finite emotional energy is intentionally directed and measured, rather than lost into an algorithm. When you log an embrace, you interact with this rotary interface. You can't just start typing. You first have to select an exact emotion modeled on the Plutchik wheel. This deliberate friction forces a practice called emotional granularity. Research consistently shows that training yourself to make fine-grained distinctions between your feelings serves as a powerful protective factor for your mental health. Next, you apply physical pressure to this vertical thumb slider to charge your message, capturing a percentage that reflects your genuine level of emotional investment. This stops you from journaling on autopilot. It turns a vague, passing mood into a precise two-dimensional coordinate of feeling and energy. But you aren't actually sending this message to your friend, and you aren't writing to a blank wall. You hand the feeling over to a specific AI character acting as a stand-in. In the mid-20th century, pediatrician Donald Winnicott formalized the concept of transitional objects, items like a child's blanket that safely bridge our internal emotional reality with the unpredictable external world. These mascots serve that exact adult function. Imagine sitting alone at night, pouring a heavy, heartbreaking realization about a family member into the device. You are being deeply vulnerable. When you finish, the assigned badger mascot might reply with an absurdly brief 4-word acknowledgement. It doesn't validate you, and it certainly doesn't try to fix the problem. That slightly jarring, constrained interaction is the entire point. The AI functions as an unjudging container that simply holds the weight so you don't have to carry it alone. Over the weeks, these individual acts of connection are safely stored, creating this 12-week activity heatmap, a visual measurement of your invisible care. Then, every Monday morning, the system generates the weekly weave, analyzing your emotional data to surface hidden patterns. The AI combines your entry text, mood selections, and energy inputs. It might point out that sad entries consistently show low commitment. This turns scattered moments of private vulnerability into structured self-awareness. It lets you see your emotional blind spots using hard data, bypassing the usual bias of self-reporting. The ultimate goal of this private practice is not to keep you isolated. The goal is readiness. Once deep solo practice meets a threshold of mutual trust, a circle graduates into shared communal governance with the actual people in your life. This enables repair mode, a structured system that applies the principles of nonviolent communication to mediate actual asynchronous interpersonal conflict. The system preserves safety by preventing raw reactive text from crossing between parties. You only ever see AI-generated neutral summaries of each other's positions. This technology serves as a quiet training ground, a space to refine our empathy before we step back into the complexities of the real world. Healthy relationships are built on deliberate, repeated practice. This is the architecture for that effort. And that work starts in the exact same place for all of us. Learning to show up for others always begins